Let's chat about Jimmy Jacobs. So the reports came out he was let go by the WWE after posting a photo on Instagram with the Bullet Club. This happened during the invasion. Looking back on it, you could say it was a bad idea to take this photo, but along with that, you've had other WWE performers appear on Being the Elite. So it just seems like a crazy double standard that the WWE has going on yet again.
Well, I think some people were mad because there was a hashtag. Excuse me, I got a cough. There was a hashtag that said
invasion,
Bullet Club invasion on it. So maybe that was too much. But yeah, I mean, it's like, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and AJ Styles were on Being the Elite. I mean, it was a bad day to pick that fight. I think that, the thing on the whole thing when this happens, that's the craziest thing to me is how mad WWE got over this.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought it's like, they did the same thing. They had a sense of humor about it, and they got so mad, and then Jimmy Jacobs was the kind of like the fall guy because of them not having a sense of humor about the thing. So that's what ended up happening. I mean, I think...
And it's weird, too, because when you watch, like, the Monday Night Wars and that stuff, and they talk about when they did it at Nitro, it's like, oh, yes, it was good, it was fun, it was and all this. And then, it happens to them, and it just on the smallest of scale. This wasn't even on the same scale.
Well, it's become a larger scale with WWE doing this,
They made it bigger. Well, look, if you look at the reaction to everything tonight, I mean, you can see that what ended up happening is that if the idea was to scare them off, that didn't work.
No.
And if the idea was to make it so they're afraid, I mean, they made the Bullet Club, they made them bigger by doing that. I mean, the skit itself was one thing, but they were the ones. WWE took the skit from one level to a level much higher. I mean, they made it a bigger deal by sending the cease and desist. I suppose they didn't think that they were doing it that, but as soon as they did and it came out that the cease and desist was out, I mean, you can just kind of read. It's like, they've inadvertently made it bigger, and they're going to be, look. Every time you watch the TV, you see those shirts in the crowd at WWE. That's not going to go away.
That's crazy. Just to clarify too, Dave, there was no issues with Jimmy Jacobs before this or anything like that.
I mean, there was talk that Vince was unhappy with him, but his superior wrote like this incredibly glowing review of his work, saying like he had adapted to the system faster than anybody else. So I mean, he did take a vacation for personal problems last year, and I mean, there were people who said that because he did that, Vince wasn't happy with him because but that was a long time ago, and. If this was that's the only thing that I heard negative.
Right.
Because his work itself, he's the only writer. He was the only writer. I mean, Jericho and Kevin Owens both publicly mentioned, and they never mention other writers by name.
Yeah.
They're essentially, to me, they're trying to put out a fire with gasoline.